Okay, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I was reading a quote from you that previously, until this movie came up, you weren't particularly interested in directing a Star Wars film. So what was it beyond, the obvious connections that you have to those folks that drew you in?
It was a few things. Under this particular set of circumstances, it wasn't going to be the same 2-year commitment. It was going to be less than that, more like 10 months or so. Mm-hmm. I'm very involved at Imagine Entertainment, as you know. There are a lot of projects that I'm working on, and so I had to sort of take a little bit of a leave from those projects that I care about a lot in order to take this on. So that's a particular kind of decision. But it was the script. It was the script. I loved the story. We were talking earlier. It really surprised me the way it unfolded and the different ways in which it entertains. Last, I had the opportunity to just sort of look and see what these actors were doing with these characters, and I thought it was fantastic. And particularly, I really had a lot of confidence in Alden Ehrenreich, bringing this young Han Solo to the screen in a really exciting way that would win fans over.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about that, because Alden, I loved him from the moment I saw him. They brought him on stage at like Star Wars Celebration or something. He was like so charismatic, but he's got to carry a movie as Han Solo, and Han Solo has never had his own, film. So
yeah, even Han Solo hasn't carried a Han Solo movie.
Right, like even Harrison Ford hasn't had to
That's
carry
right.
his own movie. So was there a moment, on set or maybe talking to him when you were like, you know what, yes, you are Han Solo?
Well, I think I felt that, or I wouldn't have come into the situation. And Larry Kasdan, who this is the 4th of the Star Wars movies that he's written, and he also wrote Raiders of the Lost Ark. Mm-hmm. And he had supreme confidence in Alden's ability to pull this off. And of course, the character is so well written as a young Han Solo, and it rings very true. Because of course, Larry and John Kasdan get it.
Yeah.
So I really wasn't concerned about it. I was, I was excited. I also love it. He's got a great work ethic. I tell you, that's one thing. Or you never really know until the cameras are rolling and the pressure's on. And I just saw the way he would go about exploring a scene. Finding nuances, whether that's humor, whether that's real honest drama. Mm-hmm. I could just tell he got it, and he had the work ethic to really make it happen.
Yeah, I thought he was so excellent. I know a lot of people put together this whole web, but you've known George Lucas since before Star Wars even existed, which is so cool that you're now directing a Lucas film.
It's pretty wild. It's entirely unlikely, and I'm very grateful for this turn of events. It's been a fun, creative experience for me, and again, it's not one I ever would have anticipated, but one I'm really grateful for, and I'm dying to share it with with fans now. Our premiere there the other night was thrilling because we've been on such a deadline that we haven't done test screenings. We haven't, and so seeing the movie with an audience, hearing laughs where we hoped there'd be laughs, hearing cheers where we dreamed there might be a cheer here, was unbelievably gratifying and a hell of a relief. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but there is a big cheer at one moment, and I feel like what we thought was going to be maybe one movie could unfold into many more. There's a lot of open questions that have come up. Do you feel like there's a path to make a series of these films?
There's definitely a path without a doubt. It's not anyone's intention. As in other words, the movie is not designed as a sort of a pilot or a jumping off place for more. But in and of itself, it's just such a rich corner of the galaxy where all of this criminality is going on, and there's opportunities for people to get in trouble in entertaining ways. It's there. I think fans will define that. Mm-hmm. It's really going to be their response, and this I think will dictate that.
I mean, right after the premiere, I think a lot of people were already kind of talking about that, being like, "Oh, we want more of these."
Look, it's rich. It's rich territory, and I like that. The tone of this movie is naturally different than the saga movies, and yet very organic and very true to the sort of the spirit of Star Wars and the range of possibilities within the Star Wars galaxy, and it's I think that bodes well for great stories, great creative opportunities for filmmakers and fans.
Yeah, I mean, when you came on board, you made it very clear to us fans that you were a big fan. You're posting McQuarrie-inspired stuff, tagging Bink. I was like, oh my gosh. Would you want to come back and do another Star Wars film, whether it be this or something else?
I loved it. So I would, I also love Imagine and the projects that I'm developing there, and everything that Brian Grazer and I have going on. Imagine Entertainment is really going through a growth spurt right now. But I would certainly be open to it. I made a lot of friends. I already had friends here, and I made more friends working on it. And I did really enjoy kind of rediscovering, an aspect of myself as a director that perhaps I thought I'd outgrown or lost interest in. But it's that pure escapism, going back to Splash or Cocoon, and some of those early entertainment movies that I really enjoyed. The other thing that surprised me, this really surprised me, I was eager to work with these characters. Great charismatic young cast, interesting relationships, unlike other Star Wars kinds of relationships, really impacting the plot, moving the characters. But I had so much fun doing the action. It was really great.
Yeah.
Designing it, executing it, editing, I loved it. And it was fun the other night at the premiere just to feel the excitement in the theater during those as those scenes unspooled.
Well, it was so fun. I got to let you go, but
Thanks.
congrats. Yeah.
Pleasure.